Turning Adversity into Opportunity, the inspiring tale of the two shoe salesmen.
That movie was fantastic. Good choice, my friend.
It was really good, and it made me hungry. Was that funny?
I laughed too much.
This movie reminded me of that popular story about the two shoe salesmen.
Which story about shoe salesmen? What story?
Two shoe salesmen from different companies decided to expand their businesses in Africa. They arrived in an African village at the same time and realized that most of the people in the village walked barefoot, making it difficult to sell shoes.
So, there was no way to sell shoes in the village? Did both salesmen leave?
Only one of them left. The first salesman became discouraged and decided to go back home, believing there was no market for his products in that village. He saw the situation as an insurmountable obstacle.
And what about the second salesman?
The second salesman, however, took a different perspective. Instead of giving up, he started observing life in the village and realized there were hidden opportunities. He noticed the village had a school and a small medical clinic, but the children went to school barefoot, and people faced difficulties in the clinic due to hygiene issues. The second salesman decided to adapt his strategy. Instead of selling regular shoes, he began selling school shoes and water-resistant footwear for use in the clinic. He also got involved in the community by donating some pairs of shoes and offering assistance at the school and clinic.
So, did the second salesman succeed in his sales?
Yes. Over time, the second salesman gained the trust of the community and started thriving. The people in the village began to see the value of shoes for their children and their family's health. He turned the adversity of apparent lack of demand into an opportunity.
Ah, yes. It was an inspiring story.
Exactly. The second salesman started to think that nobody needed shoes there, but instead of giving up, he changed his perspective and transformed the supposed adversity into an opportunity.
That reminds me of a Bible verse that talks about this.
Which verse are you thinking of?
It's Romans 8:28, which says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose."
That's right. This verse reminds us that, even in the face of adversity, God can transform situations for our good. The shoe salesman saw an opportunity where others saw an obstacle.
Absolutely. This story teaches us that, often, difficulties can be opportunities in disguise, and with faith and creativity, we can overcome any challenge.
I agree. It also reminds us that, as Christians, we should always seek God's guidance in our lives, trusting that He can turn our adversities into opportunities for His glory.
For sure. This story and these verses inspire us to never give up, regardless of the circumstances, and to trust that God is always working for our good.
Yes. Our ability to face challenges and turn them into opportunities comes from the strength we receive from God. When we trust in God and seek His guidance, we can overcome obstacles and thrive, just like the second salesman who didn't give up and turned adversity into opportunity.
And so we conclude this inspiring conversation between friends, reminding us of the importance of turning adversity into opportunity and trusting in God, who is always by our side. The story of the two shoe salesmen in Africa shows us that even when it seems like there's no way out, creativity, resilience, and faith can lead us to surprising paths. The message is clear: never give up, no matter the circumstances. Remember that God is in control and works all things for the good of those who love Him and seek Him. If you've been touched by this story and wish to continue receiving inspirational messages like this, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this message with your friends and family. Together, we can spread hope and motivation to face life's challenges. Thank you for joining us, and remember, with God by your side, You can turn adversity into bright opportunities.